Meet the ZPG, the foot soldier's trusty rocket that helps him take out enemies fast. Doesn't matter where they are, if the ZPG touches them, they're toast. The ZPG is absolutely one of my absolute favorite abilities in Garden Warfare history. So let's talk about it. The ZPG is a slow-moving, yet high-precision ability that, as previously stated, vanquishes on contact. However, it can also do splash damage if your aim is feeling a little sloppy on any particular day. It takes only 25 seconds to recharge after shooting, which allows it to be used at a fairly frequent rate, averaging 2.4 times per minute. Pretty good for an ability that can unalive unsuspecting botanical insurgents instantly. There are a variety of ways you can use the ZPG, and it can also vary depending on the situation you find yourself in. And I'd like to share them with you today. Starting with ZPG clutches. The ZPG can help you escape disadvantageous situations that would be near impossible otherwise. For example, ZPG can save you if you're at low health about to die, or you got caught off guard by a sneaky plant and need a quick solution. In these cases, the ZPG can act as the ace in your sleeve, flipping a losing battle into a winning one. ZPG go boom. Even if you don't find yourself in a clutch situation, sometimes there is no other reason to use the ZPG other than the fact that it's really fun to use. What can I say? Rocket goes boom! The ZPG has a pretty long wind-up animation where you bend over to shoot your rocket like Jango Fett. This telegraphs your attack to plants, leaving you completely vulnerable to incoming punishment. So it can be helpful to utilize tricks to minimize risk whilst preparing to fire. One sneaky way you can do this is by utilizing flanks to sneak up behind players so that they never see you at all. Another more passive method is waiting behind corners to minimize the time players can see your telegraph. Players who aren't expecting to be attacked often walk in predictable lines, which is perfect for the ZPG. And the third and most baller method is by making use of movement. Movement, baby! Notably, bunny hopping and rocket jump abilities employ speed to help you close distance while becoming harder to hit. But you can also just tank hits if there aren't too many plants around. Not many plants can solo drop a full HP soldier before he can get his ZPG out. So make use of that time before that HP bar drops to 0. Splash damage. Always remember that the ZPG still does splash damage even if you miss. This can really help you get the upper hand in an engagement. Follow up with your primary to clean up the kill. P-Gatling and Sunbeam counter. ZPG exists in the game as a hard counter for both P-Gatling and Sunbeam abilities. P-Gatling and Sunbeam stops P-shooters and sunflowers from being able to move at all, making perfect targets for the ZPG. So take out those semi-sitting ducks when you can. The P-Gatling and Sunbeam abilities have armor while in Gatling to all weapons and abilities, but ZPG will always insta-kill with a direct connection, even with Rock P and Metal Petal who have bonus health. Sometimes they'll be the freest kill you'll ever get in your entire life, and other times, well, your team will thank you for your sacrifice. The bigger, the better. Characters with big hitboxes are easier targets, so prioritizing larger plants like Citrons or Torchwood will help you connect more ZPGs. The closer you are to them, the better it works, so stuff yourself as close as possible to them, utilizing those methods of rocket leaps and bunny hopping to close as much distance as possible. Jump shots. The soldier class has two different rocket jump abilities. The rocket jump has better height, but the alternative rocket leap covers more distance and also gets 2 charges instead of 1. You can perform a jump shot by preceding a ZPG with a rocket jump ability, which fires a ZPG while you're moving through the air. This is helpful for retaining mobility while using ZPG, but it's also just downright fun to do. ZPG snipes. One great thing about ZPG is that it has absolutely no damage fall off. That's right, even from the other side of the map, players on the other team will still have to respect the one-punch KO power the ZPG commands. Landing these are not super common because of the slow projectile speed of the ZPG, and it's not too difficult for plants to just step out of the way. But man, anytime one of these are pulled off, it's just, oh, mwah, one of the best feelings ever. Or you can also just snipe cacti that are sitting in their drones from across the map. You can do that too. Burrow cancel. With precise timing and a heaping healthy dose of hope, it is possible to vanquish chompers with the ZPG in the precious window of time between the chomper popping out of the ground from its burrow and your inevitable, terrible digestion. This is called a burrow cancel, and it's a wonderful way to stare death dead in the face and say, I'ma do my own thing. Arctic Trooper. So, wouldn't it be really convenient if there were a soldier variant that could freeze enemy plants, completely immobilizing them, which effectively denies them their ability to use movement to dodge your ZPG? Meet the Arctic Trooper, a soldier variant that pairs particularly well with the ZPG because of his unique capacity to freeze plants in place. Shoot a plant long enough for them to freeze and kablam! They're as good as gone. Trick-shotting. Yep, this is the fun stuff. Not unlike trick-shotting from Call of Duty games, the one-shot potential of the ZPG comes with the inevitable potential for sick-ass trick shots, baby! Yep, this is all about collecting as many style points as possible. You can combo all three abilities with some hashtag fast spins to make a stylish little combo, and by the end of it, you'll be screaming from It even incentivizes using the lesser used rocket jump ability over the rocket leap. After all, height and extended airtime are arguably better for trickshotting. But that's only if you're specifically trying to trickshot, in which case mixing trickshots into typical gameplay is perfectly suitable with the rocket leap. Conclusion. Yeah, so these are some of the use cases for the ZPG I could think of. Comment down below if you can think of any additions to the list that I might have missed. I'd love to hear from you. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of my favorite abilities in Garden Warfare between both games. So thank you for spending your time listening to me gush about it. This has been Cat Squeaker. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.